Don't worry if your English is not perfect. This story is told in very simple and easy English, so you can listen, understand, and learn at the same time. Take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy this emotional story. But be careful because the ending may touch your heart and teach you a lesson you will never forget. Welcome to English Learning Academy. Today, I'm going to tell you a beautiful and emotional story about love, marriage, regret, and the little things that truly matter in life. So, listen carefully, learn some simple English, and most importantly, enjoy the story. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that the person you were ready to leave was actually the person you should have held on to forever. This is the story of Daniel and Emma, a story about a husband who almost lost his wife because he forgot to notice the little things. And by the time he understood her true value, it was too late. Daniel was a successful businessman. He had everything people dreamed of: a beautiful house, a good car, a successful career, and a loving family. He lived with his wife, Emma, and their 10-year-old son, Leo. From the outside, their life looked perfect. Everyone thought they were a happy family. But sometimes, the biggest problems are hidden behind the happiest smiles. Many years ago, Daniel and Emma were deeply in love. They enjoyed the little things in life. They could talk for hours. They laughed together. They celebrated small moments. They were happy just being with each other. But as the years passed, life became busy, responsibilities increased, and slowly something changed. Daniel started spending more time at work. Meetings, business trips, late nights at the office. His phone became more important than conversations with his wife. Emma noticed the change, but she never complained. She quietly managed the house. She cared for their son. And every evening, she waited for Daniel to come home. She waited for him to ask, "How was your day?" She waited for him to sit beside her and talk. She waited for the love they once shared. But slowly, the distance between them grew. They lived in the same house, but their hearts felt far away. Then Daniel met another woman. Her name was Sophia. Daniel felt that Sophia understood him. He enjoyed talking to her. He enjoyed spending time with her. And slowly, he convinced himself that he had fallen out of love with Emma. He forgot something important. Love does not always disappear. Sometimes it simply becomes hidden under silence, stress, and neglect. One evening, Daniel came home late. Emma had prepared dinner as usual. She placed the food on the table and smiled softly. Daniel looked at her. For a moment, he remembered the woman he had married, but then he pushed those thoughts away. He held her hand and said, "Emma, I need to tell you something." Emma sat down. What happened? Daniel took a deep breath. Then he said the words that broke her heart. "I want a divorce." The room became silent. Emma looked at him. She could not believe what she had heard. After all these years, after everything they had shared, those were the words coming from the man she loved. After a long silence, she whispered, "Why?" Daniel looked away. He did not want to tell her about Sophia. He did not want to admit the truth. Emma asked again, "Daniel, why?" But he stayed silent. Her eyes filled with tears. "You cannot even tell me the truth?" she said. That night, they slept under the same roof, but they felt like strangers. Emma cried quietly, and Daniel turned away, believing he had already made the right decision. The next day, Daniel prepared divorce papers. He offered Emma the house. He offered her the car. He offered her a large part of his business. He thought money could make the pain easier. But Emma looked at the papers and slowly tore them into pieces. "I don't want your money, Daniel," she said. The next morning, Emma gave him a paper. "These are my conditions." Daniel looked at it. She was not asking for his wealth. She was not asking for his property. She only wanted one thing. 1 month. 1 month? Daniel asked. Emma nodded. "Leo has important exams next month. I don't want our problems to affect him. For 1 month, let us live like a normal family." Daniel agreed. But then Emma made one more request. "Do you remember our wedding day?" Daniel looked at her. "You carried me in your arms from our bedroom to the door before we left for our honeymoon." She smiled sadly. "I want you to do that every morning for this 1 month." Daniel thought it was strange, but he agreed. He believed nothing could change his decision. When Daniel told Sophia about Emma's request, she laughed. "She thinks this will make you change your mind?" Daniel smiled. "No, nothing will change my decision." But Daniel did not know that those 30 days were about to change his entire life. The next morning, Daniel walked into the bedroom. Emma was waiting. Their son Leo was standing there with a big smile. "Dad, it is time to carry Mom." Daniel slowly lifted Emma into his arms. At first, it felt uncomfortable. They had not been this close for a long time. Leo followed them happily. "Dad is carrying Mom." Those simple words touched Daniel's heart. When they reached the door, Emma whispered, "Please don't tell Leo about the divorce yet." Daniel nodded. He watched her walk away, and for the first time in a long time, he felt something he could not explain. The next morning, carrying Emma felt easier. She rested her head on his chest. Daniel noticed the gentle smell of her perfume. And suddenly, he looked at his wife carefully, really looked at her. He noticed the small wrinkles on her face. He noticed the gray strands in her hair. She was not the young woman he had married years ago. She had changed. And then Daniel realized she had changed while standing beside him. This woman had given 12 years of her life to their family, and he had been too busy to notice her. As the days passed, something inside Daniel started changing. On the 4th day, he felt a strange closeness returning. On the 5th day, they smiled at each other. On the 6th day, Emma said something funny, and Daniel laughed. A real laugh. A laugh he had forgotten. He did not tell Sophia, because deep inside, maybe it was broken because they stopped caring. One morning, Emma stood in front of the wardrobe. She tried on several dresses. Finally, she sighed. "All my dresses have become bigger." Daniel looked at her, then suddenly his heart stopped. The dresses were not bigger. Emma had become thinner, much thinner. That was why carrying her had become easier. Daniel felt a deep sadness. How did I not notice this? The woman who lived with him every day, the woman who shared his life, was suffering, and he had been too busy looking somewhere else. Soon, the last day arrived. Leo had already gone to school. Daniel lifted Emma into his arms. But this time, he could barely take a step. She felt so light, too light. Daniel held her tightly. Emma, his voice broke. I didn't realize what we had lost. I thought our marriage became boring because we stopped loving each other. He looked at her with tears in his eyes. But maybe we just stopped paying attention to each other. Emma said nothing. She only smiled softly. Daniel carried her to the door. Then he kissed her forehead. I will see you tonight. He did not know those would be the last words he would say to her. At work, Daniel could not focus. His mind was filled with memories. Their wedding day, their first home, their son's birth. The little moments he had ignored. And suddenly he understood. He did not want a new life. He wanted his old life back. He wanted Emma. He wanted his family. He wanted the woman who had loved him quietly for 12 years. Daniel went to Sophia. I am sorry, he said. I don't want the divorce anymore. Sophia stared at him. What? My marriage was not unhappy because love disappeared, Daniel said. It became unhappy because we stopped appreciating the little things. Sophia became angry. She slapped him. Then she walked away. But Daniel did not care. His heart was already somewhere else, with his wife. On the way home, Daniel stopped at a flower shop. He bought a beautiful bouquet. The shop assistant smiled. What should I write on the card? Daniel thought for a moment. Then he wrote, I will carry you every morning until death do us apart. He drove home with a smile. For the first time in years, he was excited to see his wife. He ran upstairs. Emma! No answer. He entered the bedroom. And suddenly, everything stopped. The flowers fell from his hands. Emma was lying on the bed. Silent, still, she was gone. Daniel stood there in shock. Then he saw a medical report nearby. His hands began to shake. Emma had been fighting cancer for months. She knew her time was running out. She knew she was going to leave soon. That was why she had become weak. That was why she had lost weight. That was why she wanted him to carry her every morning. She knew those moments might be their last, but she never told him. Because even in her final days, she was thinking about him. She was thinking about their son. She wanted Leo to remember his father as a loving husband. She wanted to protect her family from pain. Daniel fell beside the bed. He held Emma's hand and he cried. He finally understood. The happiness he was searching for was never somewhere else. It was in the woman who waited for him. It was in the meals she prepared. It was in the home she created. It was in the little moments he ignored. But now it was too late. Love is not always shown through expensive gifts. It is not found in a big house, a luxury car, or a large bank account. Love lives in small things: a kind word, a warm hug, a simple question, "Are you okay?" Sitting together after a long day. Because sometimes little things are not little at all. They are the things that keep love alive. So if someone you love is beside you today, do not wait for tomorrow. Hold their hand. Tell them they matter. Appreciate them, because life does not always give us another chance. Take care of the people you love before you only have memories left. If you enjoyed this story and found it helpful for learning English, please subscribe to English Learning Academy. And don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep improving your English. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story. Until then, take care and keep learning.